introduced over the last year.
Okay.
For me, I'm
Okay,
always
there you go.
extremely impressed by the quality of our
tried-
original content, and the Portrait of Murder
I
chapter
tried
was
streaming
another
this
one that
before,
really
but
left a
it
mark
wouldn't
on
work.
me. But that being said, Year 6 was an amazing year when it comes to licensed content, with the addition of Resident Evil, Hellraiser chapter, as well as Ringu, three classic cult horror
Even though
icons into
you
our
had a
game.
bit of
And it really
controversy
warms my heart to
with
see all of those different characters come together
the
in the one and
NFTs.
same game. Is there anything you're particularly proud
Which
of
is
that
pretty
you did
awkward.
last year?
Yeah, of course. The first thing that comes to mind is the updated onboarding and tutorial. Seeing that come out to such positive reaction within our community was really amazing, really rewarding.
Now
For the
where's
team
that
worked
one
so hard
that
on
we
those
just
features.
recorded?
Next would be the 2 brand new maps we introduced last year. It had been a long time since we introduced new maps, and the team totally delivered on those maps,
Okay, I'm gonna
visually
check
stunning.
if
That's not to mention the unbelievable job they did on the Haddonfield.
I'm Beauchamp, senior producer on the project.
And last
and
but
I'm
not least,
Strict.
you would see the Snowman event,
However,
all of
this
the
is-
hilarious
Okay, don't
memes,
go.
movies, memories that were shared in that.
Okay, I'm going
holiday
to
season.
turn down the volume. Okay,
Something
good.
I hope we can recreate.
Okay, good to know that my mic works
Just
now.
to mention that when we develop our roadmap, we
Guys,
aim at
do not
delivering most
type in the
quality
chat.
possible to our players. However, as it is a live tool,
Do
we are
not
constantly having to
say
update
that.
it with urgent issues or new opportunities that arise. As such, there were a few mentioned during last year's anniversary.
Yeah, quality.
Fear not, we will be talking about most of those features later today.
Yeah,
Now, when we talk about what's coming up in the next
yeah,
year,
quality.
first, I'll tell you some of the things
Classic
you know
behavior.
expect.
I'm just saying, I'm not liking the stream.
4 new killers and their private chapter part.
She's 21
With
points.
that, there will be 4 tomes in the archives, diving deeper into our characters' lore, and with the narrative direction around the Observer's Tower going in a new direction, we're all super excited to watch that unfold.
What it's all about. We'll learn more over the coming year. It's really exciting. For some of you who have been with us over the past year, the 4 pillars will probably be known to you all. They're really things we've continuously worked upon over the last 6 years of the game. So our 4 pillars composing the roadmap for this year are game health, quality of life updates,
Game health,
life
game
design,
health, game
as
health,
well
game
as,
health.
our events. You want to give us a bit more info about the
Game health. Yeah.
Yes,
sure,
just
I
the
will.
game health.
I would love to, Stefan. When we talk about game health, there are some aspects of game health that will always be ongoing priorities. Security improvements, game performance updates.
Yeah, but
We're putting an added
your track record is not very good.
We want to improve the matchmaking wait time as much as we can. In addition to accounting for the various play styles throughout our community and rewarding them.
Oh, stop.
When we talk about matchmaking, though, it's also very much a quality of life topic.
Especially in a
Segues very well into our second pillar.
It is an amazing segue as it is
having a really
planned
I
You're
think
an
I can. I don't think it's possible for me to
talking more about quality of life improvements and
Go,
updates.
let's go.
You did talk about the roadmap and how we continue
Let's
to
head in
shift things around and
and
such.
dominate.
We use a lot of the feedback from the community to feed into that. And as such, CSAT surveys are a really important part of that for social networks, etc. When we did announce the Autobahn feature during last year's anniversary, it was met with a lot of mixed feelings from the community. And as such, we really held up a bit to make sure we were doing this in the best way.
Autobahn is
We
a
know
terrible
toxicity
idea.
as well as cheating is something that has to continuously be looked at and addressed in the game
Definitely not
as safe as possible. And as such, Autobahn and improvements to those systems is an important part for us that we're going to keep looking at.
No, no Autobahns.
Do it in the best way possible. To dive a bit more into quality of life updates, we have Justin Banks and Aurélie Giraud talk a bit more about that in a future panel today, which I'm really looking forward to. But for now, is there anything you want to share with us about life design?
As a live game, constant iterations in our design and live balance updates are critical to keeping the game fun, fresh, and exciting for our players. In addition to that,
Okay, so far I'm laughing because
we need to
their
adapt.
track record is not very good.
All the time. Matt Spriggans will be up shortly to talk more about the huge updates that we have coming planned for this year in regarding live balance.
And huge is not an understatement.
Not another mistake. But one piece of news we're happy to break right now is that we're actively working on a major rework of the Raccoon City Police Department's map.
Yes!
Last year
Yes!
during the Resident
Yes!
Evil chapter. Expect to see that sometime this fall, but we will keep you updated as we
Yes,
near closer
that
to
is
the
the
final.
worst map in the
I'm very
game.
much looking forward to
Thank
playing
you.
it. It's often been a difficult map to navigate and to play for players, and we're really looking forward
24
to see
points.
how it actually be brought up to the standards that we have today, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thank
Well,
you
with
for
that said, I'll
reworking
jump
that map.
into the events. Something that really is
I
an
don't.
important aspect of the
Okay,
game.
this
It
one.
allows
Make
us
it.
to move the game in a direction that's a little bit farther off the
This is
beaten
my
path.
level.
Something that's not necessarily what you'd expect from Dead by Daylight. To do that as a time-based thing allows us to really do something completely crazy sometimes and such. This is really an opportunity for us to get communities together and to generate moments you're never going to forget. Always think back of that game you played of Dead by Daylight during that specific moment of the year. As we've always done over the last 2 years, we'll have 4 main moments in the year that we're going to celebrate through events.
So far, we're around here, right?
Anniversary
I
period
believe.
coming up in a few weeks
This is
from
gonna be
now,
a 4-game.
the Halloween period,
A
the
4-game.
winter
It's
period,
gonna be a
as well as
4-game
the
one.
Lunar New Year period.
Is
These
it gonna
4
be a
events are really going to be the main ones for the year.
And you're,
Our
and you're
cornerstone
going
events
to
are
do
gonna be
the
Halloween
laziest thing
and
possible.
anniversaries, since they're such big and important moments for the
That just.
on top of those, we're also going to try and do more live activations, such as login bonuses, Blood Rush that you're all
No
familiar with,
likes login
and
rewards.
Secret Fragments collections. That there's a reason for everyone to come back to the game and be more excited about playing Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, login rewards aren't going to do it.
Getting
Sorry for being negative, but
really
they
looking
need
forward
the
to this year.
criticism.
It's really been an amazing one for us, and thank you so much, especially for the continued support throughout those weeks.
Another pack wall.
Thank you, everyone.
Easy wall.
So it's
I'm not 25 points, by the way.
By Daylight fans, I hope
If
you're
it's
enjoying
going
the
straight to
6th
finals, I also
anniversary
get an
celebration
extra.
of Dead by Daylight.
so far you're working in
I'm
chat.
the director of the Recreation Fearland, and I'm here to talk to you about why people enjoy horror. Now, it might seem weird that folks like us voluntarily seek out frightening entertainment, but it's actually very common and for good scientific reason. It is part of human nature to find pleasure in playing with fear. It's what kids do when they play hide and seek, and it's what we do when we play DBD.
Oh, I actually
When
managed
you're
to do
playing
that.
as a survivor, you're
That's
reenacting an
Percy,
ancient
man.
evolutionary drama. You're trying to stay alive in a dangerous world by
Percy, bro.
outrunning and
This is the
outsmarting your
hardest
thirsty
game.
predator. Your whole body is in survival
This is the
heart
hardest
racing to
one.
prepare you for
Not
fight
even
or flight. You get that invigorating adrenaline.
I'm
And
sorry.
If you escape the killer, you're rewarded with a flood of feel-good neurotransmitters such as dopamine. Playing as a killer is different. You're immersing yourself in that same ancient
Bruh.
scenario of predation. But now it's about catching your prey and the ecstasy of the hunt. It's that same adrenaline kick, but the reward is not the nerve-tingling relief of survival. It's the exhilarating delight of victory, the thrill of the kill. So when you play DBD, you're satisfying a primal desire for threat simulation, for playing with fear. But you're also satisfying another primal
Okay, I
desire,
really wish I
namely
could
the
do it.
desire for story. Because DBD isn't just about the hunt. It's also about
Okay.
exploring the
Let's
rich
go.
and
Easy
complex
call.
world.
Right, where's the
25
download
points
you-
now.
Whether you're out for survival or blood, I wish you
That was
good luck
vertical,
on your
though.
next
That's
journey
actually pretty
into
good.
the fog.
I've secured my spot into finals. So,
Clown.
we got many people on like 3 or 4.
Sorry, I had to do that because you know, that was so laughable.
Just 4.
Because the game is
That's what
because you do not
this guy's on 4
actually.
Let's watch him.
The killer is coming.
Want to get this
Generator
for
is
number
almost
5.
complete. What
You
do
should qualify now.
A,
Someone
get
else
the
would be
last
fantastic
single
and he gets played epic.
B,
Okay.
run.
He needs to make this
Let the killer
easy for him. Someone made I know the most I've seen in someone is 4.
I don't know. I'm gonna hit that last skill check.
5 now. You make moves, yeah, this guy's gonna get it. Arnold. Okay, it's the most. This guy, he's about to win.
I'm actually surprised that they
Okay.
managed to to create technology like this. Pretty surprising.
Alright, lads.
Alright,
Finals.
so are we going to move on to one of these now, or have we gone through
Let's-
those? I
let's win this.
really have to make quick.
I'm feeling back to back dubs. Chat. Oh, full Monson. 9-player full Monson, man.
Hi there.
Actually,
I'm
I have to
Matt,
hit RG
design
to grab
director on
it.
Dead by Daylight. I work with Dave,
They
creative
changed the
director,
map.
and the rest of the DBD game design team on everything from updating and balancing our
Oh, nice.
existing content to the development of all our new chapters and game features.
You're playing way too many
I'm really
chapters.
happy to be back with you once more
Okay, I'll
for
stop.
this 6th anniversary
Unless it's something
broadcast.
really serious.
The upcoming year is going to be a really big one for Dead by Daylight, so I'm excited to share 3 key updates that our team of talented designers have been working on. An overhaul of our killer and survivor perks, a rework of our approach to prestige and progression,
Good.
and finally, an update on the changes to the Memento Mori system.
Unless it's something that's fair.
One of the main goals for the game design team is to explore new ways that we can keep the player experience in Dead by
Yeah,
Daylight
man,
fresh and
I'll
fun
drop,
for both new players entering our
Oh,
universe
I don't have
and
much
for our
faith,
highly
but
engaged expert players with
let's
hundreds
see if-
or even thousands of hours in the game.
I'd be
Listening
of
to our
hundreds.
players and
I don't know
reviewing
if
our
I
own data,
don't know if I have
we found that
thousands
some of
though.
the most consistent feedback is that in our high-level matches, meta
Let's
perks
make it
have
to your final.
essentially taken over, meaning that players are
Or
consistently
different.
seeing the same perk loadouts again and again for
Yes.
every killer and every survivor.
Yes.
Looking at our data, there's a clear gap between the most popular perks for each role. On the
Of
killer
course.
side, these are Corrupt Intervention, Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, Barbecue and Chili, Hex Ruin,
Come
and
on,
Pop Goes
26 points.
Okay, I mean,
That's making a good
barbecue
time.
and chili
Dead
is.
Hard,
This is
Decisive
F1's
Strike,
last game.
Wait,
Borrow
so
Time,
why is
Iron Will,
Scourge
and
Hook
Focus
one?
Self-Care.
Played it, and I. So the
Why
one-
is Scourge Hook
To
one?
explore different
I don't know
perk
why
loadouts.
he was
This
running
can
that.
naturally lead to a feeling of gameplay becoming stale. Therefore, in the coming months, we'll be releasing a major update that will rework and rebalance roughly 40 killer and survivor perks, including the ones that I've just mentioned.
Well, wait, did I actually mention self-care? I don't want to rewind.
Dominant perk trends and strategies that we've been seeing in the game for a while. There will also be some
Yeah,
small
everyone is
baseline
laughing at
gameplay
self-care.
adjustments that we would like to share with you a little bit closer to the release
Or
date.
was we paying attention?
So, we'll keep monitoring, keep reviewing, and keep
I'm
adjusting.
looking
our
forward
collection of
to the
perks each
rework
way
of perks,
on a
but
more
hopefully
regular
they
basis
don't screw
to
it
make sure
up.
that we avoid these meta perks becoming consistent trends for extended periods, whilst opening up the gateway for new undiscovered metas to emerge. With this upcoming focus on balance, we're also working on an update to make perks easier to acquire and encourage more exploration of new combinations in perk loadouts.
Please.
In an upcoming patch, we'll be releasing a rework of Dead by Daylight's prestige system, aimed at reducing the grind in the game by giving players more direct, quick, and easy access to perks.
Does that mean we'll get legacy
With quality
cosmetics or
applied,
extra
not only for our
legacy
long-term
cosmetics?
dedicated players, but especially new players looking to get into the game. Our current prestige system is optional, and it awards a bloodied version of the base cosmetic outfit, whilst resetting the perks, add-ons, and items in the character's inventory. This update will change how this works entirely. When this feature releases, prestiging a character for the first time will instantly unlock that character's Tier 1 personal perks on all other killers or survivors,
Wait,
making them immediately available in their loadouts. We
wait,
know that our
wait, hold
players
on.
are hoping that the RNG gods provide them with barbecue and chili in their early blood webs. However, with this feature, you simply prestige the cannibal to prestige level 1, 2, or 3
Oh, you
to unlock
flippin'-
all of Leatherface's
That actually
perks
might have
at the
eliminated
corresponding tier for
No.
every other killer. This will
No.
significantly reduce the grind and
Oh,
completely eliminate the
yeah.
random chance needed to acquire specific
Okay,
useful
go,
perks
let's be on
through the
27
blood
points.
web system.
That's enough.
Of course,
I
it's
call
worth
like 5
mentioning
games ago,
the
but-
prestige level won't be
No.
capped at just 3,
What?
so you'll be able to
I
show
have
your
11
dedication
points
to a particular character by
in my
raising them well
first-
beyond that.
Oh wow, okay, I'm going to
Additionally,
upgrade
the
thing
active
to
Hey,
prestige
Matt,
will not
I'm
reward
on
their perks,
27
items,
points.
or add-ons.
I'm still alive.
So there's no longer an associated
Come on,
reset
boys.
of the character. if you will.
yes,
For
because
those
that
who haven't yet prestiged their characters,
Come on.
we're also working on a fair way
this is
to
during
still reward
because
players
I've
for
only
their
got
time
one
investment
point so
and
far.
dedication. Once this
you could
update
get
is
some
worst
legacy
one I've
cosmetics
ever
or
had.
some
Fans
new
can
legacy
expect both the
cosmetics.
prestige and perk updates to drop around the same time,
during a major release this
Oh,
summer.
this
Okay,
one's
this
actually
news sounds
but
promising,
I'm just gonna go
but
wherever
I
else
would
can
like
they
to
pull
close
it
things
off?
out with
And,
some news on the Mari update that we shared last year. While it's still
Come on,
early,
lads, let's see if I can
we've
make it
slightly
through this one.
adjusted our approach to the
Right.
system based
That's
on
a clip.
research, feedback, and prototyping iteration. We've arrived at something
this
that
one's
feels more straightforward, yet still
There's a
accomplishes
banana,
the
there's
same
a
goals that we
lemon,
set
there's
out
two
with.
bananas, there's
Okay, so okay, right. So I
Two
like.
bananas.
Still
and there's
remove the
one
Mari
lemon.
ability from offerings,
one
focusing
pear and
instead
two
on
bananas.
rewarding efficient killer play, but we'll be incorporating the Mari animation as more of a natural
What
ending
is
to the
this
map.
show?
This is something that we're currently calling the finisher Mori.
Bruh, we already
When
have
a killer
that.
downs the last survivor standing, rather than drawing things out and having them pick up and hook the survivor, we'll instead transition immediately and automatically to the killer's Mori animation, allowing them to close things out in style
One, two,
and in a way that you would expect
Three,
from an
one,
unstoppable
two
killing
banana,
machine.
and one of that.
There's also a few other additional changes
okay.
coming with this system that we're not
Yeah,
quite
balls.
ready to share yet. But we're hoping to release the new Mori system as part of our Halloween update this year. So look out for that.
Okay.
While we couldn't cover all of the details of these updates in the span of one segment, anyone looking for more information can head over to our website, deadbydaylight.com, following the broadcast.
I'm not sure how I feel
Thank
about
you
that.
as always for the support. We
One,
can't wait
two,
to get these
three.
updates
Okay,
into your hands as
this-
soon as possible to
This
see your amazing
sounds
reaction.
challenging, but
Thanks again,
We got
and
one,
I've-
see you in the
three
I've-
bananas,
this sounds promising. I mean, but can they pull it off?
three those, and
Hi everybody, and welcome back to Macmillan Estate for Dead by Daylight's 6th anniversary. I'm Justin, one of the senior product managers on the game.
And I'm already producer on Dead by Daylight. What a cool set we're on today.
I think it's pretty
Okay.
cool. I mean, I hear there's some traps around.
easy.
but-
I
I
just
know that
thought
they're
that was
located in-
absolutely
Yeah,
brilliant
try.
things.
in
Last
Quebec.
year, Orly and
I
I
didn't really understand it,
all of
but
us talked about
other people
goals
did,
for the year.
so we
But I
qualified.
think some other guys didn't have that covered. So this year we're going to talk about the quality of life updates that are coming to the game for you.
Oh yay, quality of life.
While it's always our goal to give you the most accurate picture
Right.
of what's coming and when, the reality is that deadlines can shift as well as priorities. And we live in a pretty
Oh,
weird
it's
world
block
these
party.
days, so there's a lot of external factors as well.
Like,
So with
lads,
that all
we're in
being
block
said,
party
we
now.
are going to work to have the most open dialogue with the players. So if something
Oh,
changes,
well, we had
is that us, other
28
members of the
points.
team,
How do you
are
make
going
it
to
30?
communicating
My goal was to
let
get
you
20.
know if something
I thought 20 would be
changes,
cool, but,
added.
you know,
Really at all, we're gonna
I'm
make sure
28
you guys
points
know
are so
about it.
live in this game.
That being said, let's
And
get
the
to
new
it.
bits, come on, lads.
Yes.
The deads are out of
That's really
touch,
cool
so
because
I'm worried about
today
how
when
they'll
you will
handle the
open the
perks.
TV, the first thing that you will notice is this new vertical layout that we have. The idea behind
Why
this
did-
is we were running out of space with the current one, and we wanted to have more clarity
bruh.
and also make some information way more visible to players.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Like for
You
example,
changed the
some
UI
text in some languages, people will have
unnecessarily.
more space, but also when we have an event or something happening in the game, now you will be able to see right away when you enter in the game what is happening and how long it will take. You won't have to go through
It
different
shows
screens
us
and then through the
anyway
game
with the
to get access to
news.
this information.
And so I think if I can kind of nail down something cool for everybody is that I don't have to go into the archives to see how long is left in the rift.
Correct.
Okay, I
Right
guess
on
there
the
is some
main menu.
benefits.
Correct. You will have the exact timer, how long it will take until the end of the rift.
Well, you
And
really
that's
don't
part of
really.
what will make just the navigation
That's
easier
fine.
and the information easier to find in Dead by Daylight.
Let's go.
Another feature that will be also
I think
available
we've done a
today
pretty
for
good
PC,
job so far.
and I think that one will be really appreciated.
I think
No,
so. I
okay.
think this one is one of those that players have been asking for
Okay.
for quite some time.
That's true. So that's the preset loadout. In the loadout screen now you will be able to have different saves up to
Oh,
3 for the moment.
oh yeah, different space.
For your offering, perks,
Okay,
items,
okay, this one
items.
seems good.
So you will be able to adapt your
This
play
one's good.
style according to what you want to play.
Exactly. So I mean, if you guys want to create one loadout for goofy perks, one for playing by yourself, one for playing as a team, you can change those with the press of a button. No
I
longer
mean, we might get
through.
you used to the new menu, but it was not unnecessary
You're
to
playing
change.
between hardcore and casual games. Something else, you'll be also able to save loadouts for your cosmetics. So if you have
I mean,
different
that's
styles,
kind of
you're always,
unnecessary.
like, wondering which one to use, well, now it will be extremely useful, easy for you to switch between them. And for both the main menu and
I see
the
no
preset
difference.
without, we really think that the two features, it will bring more comfort and ease for the player. And
Okay,
we
yeah,
are
I
really
might have
looking
to look into
feedback.
that.
So please, when you grab the PTB today, share your feedback about these two improvements. This will help you to create the best quality of life improvement in the future as well for you. But that's for today. So what is happening for the next upcoming releases?
Right, so for that, we've got some other upcoming features to share with everybody out there. So one of the main ones that we actually announced last year, do you remember? I think we were both there, was matchmaking incentives. So what we mean when we're talking about this is when players are matchmaking, we try to establish a good ratio of 4 survivors to 1 killer. And whether or not this ratio is imbalanced one way or another depends on your server, depends on your time of day. So what we are doing is we are providing players with extra blood points to play as the role that is most needed on their server at that time of day when they're online, which I think is going to be pretty useful for our players.
Correct.
Okay,
and with the
that
new layout that we just mentioned,
sounds
it will be
like
really
a
easy
good
for the player
feature.
to see
It's alright.
like
I mean,
on which queue they
not
should
really
trigger
game
if they
changing,
want to
but
have the less waiting
this
time.
will help out
Exactly.
matchmaking
As soon as
slightly, I
you
think.
logging, you're going to know which role needs you the most. So if you're there for BP or if you're there to have fun with your friends, I mean, really, we're giving you so many more options. I think it's going to be a great experience once this is introduced. Not even that, but while you're in this matchmaking, trying to get that incentive, we are doing what we're calling a game flow refactor. Very
What's that?
techy name, I know, but if we break it down, it's really giving you guys the opportunity to navigate around the game while you're waiting in the queue. So when you're waiting in matchmaking with your friends alone, what have you, you'll now be able to browse the store, check out some really cool outfits, some other areas of game, and even check out the archives. So if you want to
I don't
change
get it.
challenges or read some lore while you're waiting, that's all up to you.
Yeah, and I really love this feature because it feels like not a big change, but actually it will just bring so much comfort and remove so much frustration that I really like the fact that the navigation will be easy and you won't have any. It
Okay,
will be
this
more
sounds
comfortable.
promising.
Exactly. And so now we're already making it more accessible to get to the archives for players by doing
I need
this.
to the
whether it's
toilet,
a
but I want to
timer
still
for the
watch
written
this.
menu. But we're also doing some more updates to the archives coming later this year. So two of the main changes that I think players will appreciate right off the bat is now you can have 1 survivor active challenge and a killer active challenge. So no switching back and forth or anything crazy
Thank
like this.
goodness.
No starting a killer match while having a survivor challenge equipped and feeling like you've wasted your time.
Actually, it will be super cool because with the matchmaking incentive you just mentioned,
I
before,
think you should also
well,
do it
if
for the
you
glyph
see that
challenges and the
survivor queue
multitask ones.
is better at the moment,
It's not called
and
the
you have a
multitask, but
killer,
you know what I mean.
challenge on, you won't have to go back to the archive, switch the challenge just because you want to go to the survivor queue and lose time.
But you could queue, and then you could change it, because now we let you. And so what would happen is as you find a match, we'll give you...
Okay, so pretty good feature so far.
Doing, and then bring you...
I
so I think that's going to be a very fun
despite them literally
getting ahead of ourselves.
despite
One of our
me
other big features that
roasting
we're
them at
updating
the
in
start.
archives is your ability to view a full outfit within the Rift.
Yes.
I think we've both visited the Rift page quite a bit now that it's been out for a while. So now if a player selects a specific cosmetic from an outfit in that Rift, there's going to be an available button to click to view the full outfit as a preview. So if you're not keeping up to date with our amazing marketing trailers that are showing off all of these cool renders, you can view it from directly in the game. And then go watch the marketing trailer after, because they do a lot of work on these and they're very cool. Well, we're obviously trying to get a lot of these changes out for this fall in one of our upcoming archives releases, alongside some other yet-to-be unannounced archive stuff, which we're keeping a little hush-hush now. But it's the 3rd anniversary of the archives, so we're trying to put something really special together for you guys. We've got another big feature in the works, and I think I'll let you spill the beans on this one.
Yes, and this one, I think, our player, you are going to love it. So we have decided, do you remember last year when we talked about bots?
Yes,
Not
you
at all.
said
Sure.
that
I'm sure you will do. So when we talk about bots, actually this year, by the end of the year, we really want to introduce bots in custom match. So the idea here is we want to give the player, like if you're missing a friend in a group, if you don't have any friends at all, or if you just want to play chill and try to learn a new killer, well, you will be able to do that in a custom match and just fill out the matches with
Great,
with
great.
bots.
Finally, I can
That
finally
makes it
practice
really
nurse
simpler
and
for
offer
people.
killers.
And we feel like for some player it could be intimidating to play a new killer or to just learn a new one. And
Man, I was
this will
roasting them at
actually
the
be a
start,
safe
but
environment for them to try. And we
now
will make sure that
they
you
seem
can
to
have
be a
some
bit
fun
promising.
in the real match.
Promising
It's not just
because they still need to
learning a new
execute
killer that
it,
can be stressful
and
sometimes,
behavior
but new
doesn't.
maps as well, because the layouts can be entirely different. There's some new routes
Because-
to learn. So it's a great
Because
way
you know
for
behavior
players to
doesn't
feel
really have a
confident
good
to
track
play.
record in
Use old
executing
killers, use
things.
old survivors as bots. Just try out whatever map you want.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And this feature is probably the longest one for timeline, and we're targeting this winter or this one to be out, and we can't wait.
I'm super excited for this one.
I am too.
I'm a bad killer, so I'm looking forward to it.
And I think you still have 2 features that you would like to talk about this today.
I do. So these ones are a bit smaller, but I think our players and streamers will also be interested on both of these. So the first one I'll discuss is what we're calling streamer mode or anonymous mode. Still undecided, still in development, so the name may change. But the basic premise of this is to make sure that all of our players feel safe as they're playing the game. So that we're obscuring your name or the name of your friends as they're playing, so that no toxic players or ne'er-do-wells inside or outside the game can find it and target you in some way.
I was paying attention to that.
For the security, that's a huge plus as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we just want our players to feel safe as they're playing our game, and we hope that this is a great tool to actually let them do it. Now, the other feature is, I guess, all about the survivors not feeling so safe, which is our updated wiggle system. So if you've been paying attention to Dead by Daylight, I know we have, talking to you, for the past few months, we've been testing out our updated system under our beta tab, so players were able to opt in and try it out. So whereas previously the wiggle system was mashing 2 buttons back and forth, keyboard controller, whatever you chose, now it's instead a skill check. So
Yeah.
during the beta,
Yeah, that's
all
good
a
improvement
lot of
because I
upgrades
don't want to
that
just
our design team has really
break my
taken that into
joystick.
account, and with those changes, we're going to make it a permanent feature in the future.
And on behalf of the team, really thank you for using the beta tabs. It was really, really useful for us to collect all this information and to see how you feel about new changes that we just want to make sure that all the changes that we introduce in the game are the correct ones.
I mean, I know we all love the PvP, being able to try out new content, but this let us really bring in all of our console players who I've been asking for a way, and all of their input, especially
Are you finally addressing it?
very controller heavy, is really appreciated.
And sometimes we just need more time also to get the feedback.
It certainly helps. So with all of these, we also have some other smaller features that we weren't really able to fit in here. So head on over to our website at deadbydaylight.com.
Oh,
to
we
read a
still
bit
have
more after this
BTBs for console.
And we really hope you guys, you're excited about all the features that we announced today. I know we are, and we expect that you will enjoy this anniversary with us. And we hope you a very good Dead by Daylight experience here.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of the broadcast, everybody.
Thank you.
Right, so what's the next one?
I'm a fog whisperer, and to me, Dead
Okay,
by Daylight
fog whispers. Okay, I'm going to go to the toilet while this goes on.
tag. I want to learn how I can apply my DBD skills in real life. Do you ever just crouch at the chaser to get them angry?
World Chase Tag is a team-on-team competition where one team throws in a chaser and one team throws in an invader. And one rule is don't get caught.
So, in chase tag, are you using vaulting? Because in DBD, when I'm being chased, vaulting is a pretty powerful evasion tool.
Yeah, vaulting gives you a very easy way of getting an obstacle in between you or whoever's chasing you.
So, what about slow vaults?
What?
Okay, I'm assuming I didn't miss anything.
To see my full training adventure, head to the Dead by
I'll
Daylight YouTube
I'll
page
delete
later
this
week.
because you know, it's irrelevant. Okay, good. I think I just missed a bunch of merch and stuff. I didn't miss anything. Unless, of course, I did. Then I have to rewatch the entire video again once it's uploaded to YouTube because I can't stream this. I'm not buying this merch because you know, I don't want to give big behavior money. Yeah, I agree. This chat is cringe because we're constantly typing in FNAF, and it's going to annoy behavior and decrease the chances
The
of.
killer is in pursuit. What do you do? A. Drop the pallet.
C.
B. Use dead hard. C. Loop forever. Or D. Crouch furiously.
I'm assuming crouching furiously means teabagging the killer. Yeah, I agree, even though I picked C. I'll rewatch the stream and see if I can get these codes, even though I have no interest in typing them in.
Hello everyone, I'm Joe Ashley, the associate producer on Dead by Daylight. I'm joined by Xavier, our director, and also
They speak French because they're Quebec.
A big
They're
part
from
of what
Quebec.
Dead by Daylight so great are the characters. And telling the stories is one of the best part of our job. While a lot of storytelling is happened through lore, there's also a
I mean, we
way for
don't
us
really
to
pay
tell
much
the story
attention
through
to
art
the
and visual. Today, we want
attention
to
to story.
share with you a bit about the process of the collection that inspires us. We want to break some news about new announcement of a brand new collection we've been anxious to share with you guys for a while.
Yes, thank you, Josh. Well, let's take a moment to talk about like what's behind the several outfits and collection we provide to players during the year. So, artistically, the approach is different when we work on our own contents and when we work with licenses. When we do our own, we often look this as a way to put our own spin to icons and events everybody's familiar with. A great example is the Halo Blight collection. It's really our take on Halloween. You know, rather than creating cosmetics around
And
traditional
we haven't
vampire,
created any
witches,
for
werewolves,
Deathslinger and Oni yet.
we decided to do something more unique, to tell a unique story, and we have like our killers. We made them more horrific due to a substance linked to the entity. The result, I think, is unexpected, more original. The law and
Japanese
art direction have been
shirt.
reinforced at the same time, and we get to celebrate Halloween in a way that's very true to Dead by Daylight.
So on my side, the product goal is to create collections like this for all seasons. These collections would be something that we could return to and add to every year, but on
Deathslinger
our
and
own
Oni,
terms, in a
add
way
them
that's
for
creative,
some for those.
creative for Xavier,
I really like to see
but
that.
also not feeling like too generic or too easy.
So maybe Joash, you could share with us the different steps on the production to create these visuals.
Okay. So as you know, Rose had a good idea of what the type of collection that she wants. So afterward, I think the first step is to talk to the narrative team. The idea behind it is to make sure that we have a good idea and make sure also that it's kind of related to the character. So the cosmetic that we want is related to the character, the story background, and the lore. Afterward, we need to talk to the concept artists. They're the one who's going to put on paper pretty much with the art director and the concept art to put on paper pretty much the idea that we want as cosmetic. So and also this is the time for us to put in detail what we want. So meaning like the accessories, the detail, and the type of material that we want. Once we're done, the character team can use those concepts to start their modeling phase. So pretty much to have the 3D model ready.
So in the case of the Fire Moon Festival, we created this in tribute to the Mid-Autumn Festival that is celebrated in so many Asian countries. And it is our own DBD specific event that boasts like concerts and celebrations that are surrounding the full Fire Moon. And it's a celebration of life and also a reflection upon death. So another part of creating this event ourselves was to be able to include a wider variety of characters into the collection. So, for example, those that didn't have an Asian heritage.
We should talk also about licenses because today, right now,
Oh yeah,
we have
licenses.
something really important to share with the fans, right, Rose?
Yep, indeed. So
Right, so this
another
is
interesting part
about-
of working on these collections is being able to work with existing licenses
Oh right,
as well.
we're still
So
talking
we're
about
able
the
to
cosmetics.
introduce new stories and other brands that we love also into the world of Dead by Daylight. Speaking of which, anime and mangas are widely requested from our fans around the world. And we're really excited to
Okay,
be able
anime
to
and
announce
mangas.
today a new collection that's right around the corner, one that marks DBD's first major crossover with an anime title. So without further ado,
Attack on Titan. Okay, I haven't watched the anime.
So many of us on Dead by Daylight team are big fan of anime, especially
Oh, wow.
Attack on Titan. The
Okay,
process of creating new
I
outfits based
don't
on the
know
new
if
collection based on Dead by Daylight has been really, really exciting.
I'm
We
not
feel,
sure if
to be
anime haters are going to
traditional
approve on that, if I'm
of
being
both
honest,
survivors
but
and killers. And also, we need to save some surprise for later on. I think
Yeah,
we can still give
exactly
a
what I'm
glimpse of the
saying.
concept art for Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah. Because working on Attack
Oh
on
my
Titan
God.
was a great challenge, but really exciting one.
The chat's so
First,
funny.
we had to assimilate like the iconic aspect of the 2D art direction from the show and adapt it onto.
I mean, Attack on Titan might be cool. I mean, I might have to actually watch it before I judge it, or
reskin them and transform them
DVD X Fortnite.
different from our
Oh
more
my
realistic
God.
art direction, so we came with bigger eyes, etc.
Yeah, anime equal
More like,
cringe.
okay, we create like great cosplay of this character. Our mindset was more, what if our DB characters were part of
Yeah,
the Attack on
yeah.
Titan?
People are not happy about.
Who are they closer in the
I was not paying
their
attention to
personalities
stream.
and appearances. So it was really important for us to select some of our favorite characters from Attack on Titan, and so we could focus on some aspect of each to match our.
I mean, I'll give it a shot because you know,
one of the hero.
I mean, to be fair, anime has got some good stuff about it, and
one of our heroes also on DVD is here since years, and we kept the details of Dwight, like having the iconic glasses, the messy hair, and even with the equipment of Attack on Titan, we made sure like the equipment isn't straight, and we have like nothing's perfect because it's Dwight.
DVD X JoJo.
And for her, it was easier because we have Zarina also, and it was a perfect match. She's a scientist that investigates on Titans, and with Zarina, like they are both very inquisitive and investigators that work well. Kept the details of Zarina herself. We gave her eye patch, but not the glasses because she doesn't wear glasses. The armor Titan is there, you know, we have it as an ultra rare cosmetic for the Oni. And
Oh, Oni.
not only was a good match because
Oni.
skin in one of our largest killer of the game, but also we were able to use his crystal form for the rage mode.
That seems
and
cool.
while the base of the crystals are blue
Okay, so
So,
are we getting icons? So are we getting cosmetics, or are we getting the killer? And probably not. If I'm being
That's it
honest.
for us.
Oh, wait,
We
let's pay
hope you
attention to
enjoyed
that.
the behind the look scene and also our new collection that we just show you. Of course, we're gonna keep an eye for more Attack on Titan news. Thank you.
心臓を捧げよう。
Done it? You done?
I'm pleased. I don't so.
Oh. Keep an eye out then.
Oh. New trailer. Alright, so I think this is the extension of the Resident Evil chapter. If I'm not mistaken, that's what I heard, or what I've heard people say. I haven't. The only Resident Evil game I've kind of played is Biohazard. I never finished it. I know that the some I forgot what it is called.
Hi everyone, I'm Dave Richard, Creative Director on Dead by Daylight. I'm super glad to be here today to share the newest content
Right leak, sorry.
and of course to celebrate its success. The tradition is to tell you all the content that's going to be in the chapter. This time we're quite excited. We're changing the recipe a little bit.
Ooh.
We're doing an original chapter. So this new chapter is called Roots of Dread. It's a full chapter. It contains a new survivor, a new killer, and a new map within a new realm of the end. That's quite exciting.
Oh yeah, a new map,
So
even though it
the
looks
story
like.
for the chapter revolves around a town, a perfect town. Well, a town that seems to be perfect. But of course, the residents are hiding something terrible in the darkness. When that darkness starts to bubble up to the surface, it creates our newest villain, the Dredge. Let's talk about it a little bit. So the Dredge is inspired by the Boogeyman, a story that is global and is known around many cultures.
Yeah, we've all heard about the Boogeyman.
It's a monster that is really close to us. It's a familiar environment inside our house, under our beds, in our wardrobe.
Not even licensed. Wow. I thought it had something to do with Resident Evil, but
Physical representation of
apparently not.
And it is a weird, strange monster. It has an impossible biology featuring various limbs, heads, different parts. It
Fix
is
I mean, emotionless things are pretty scary, so you know.
It's a bit like when you're having a nightmare. You know it was super scary when you wake up, but you can't exactly put your finger on what it was. The visual design of the Dredge is quite unique. It's a first for Dead by Daylight killer. It's a monster created by different limbs, different heads.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that it's a monster, not human, or at least a humanoid.
To make sure that you, the player, would be able to customize as you wanted this monster. What's
Bruh,
really cool
you
as
saw
well
the
is
leaks
that
yourself.
That we are able to explore themes that are organic, but also constructs, like this amazing cosmetic that features dolls.
Ooh,
All right,
dolls.
now let's move on to the power of the Dredge.
That looks cool.
Well, when playing the
I'll
Dredge, we
probably
wanted you
get
to
it.
feel like you're the embodiment of darkness, of fear itself. We wanted to recreate that feeling of a monster that's really close to us, that lives in your house. And so,
Stop
there are two
changing
phases.
the chat.
The first phase is the ability to use lockers to teleport from and to. So, of
Yeah,
course, this is
yeah,
great
we've
for,
heard that.
Map movement.
I'm not sure that the Dredge is going to be a pretty good killer, but we're going to have to see what the professionals
survivors
do.
that are nearby lockers, and even survivors that are hiding inside the lockers. The second phase of the power is called Night Cycle, and this is where it gets really interesting.
Show us a
So
review.
based on action the dredge will make and some passive abilities, the night cycle will build on the survivor.
Yeah, Dwight
When
counter
it is
killer, the
finally
baby Dwights in the lockers.
night cycle will trigger, and a darkness will engulf the survivor. This darkness makes it very difficult to navigate, especially in chases. The only thing the
I'm
survivor
not sure.
can see
I think the dredge is going to be a pretty problematic killer for this reason.
and will for sure make the survivor make mistakes. Of course, the dredge comes with 3 unique perks. We won't go into the details of these perks today, but
It's probably gonna be like Legion on release.
chaos, secrets, and corruption. Okay, now let's move on to our newest survivor. She's called Patty Core, and you might know her from some archive entries that appeared in the past. She appeared 3 times in the archive, actually. So Hattie has a dual heritage. She is born in northern India, but was raised by her adopted family in Quebec. And so this will be an interesting background to explore different
Behavior of the survivor.
Future archive entries. Hattie has a very unique ability to see bleeds. These are areas of the world where the entity's influence intersect with our world.
I spelled that wrong, but
Hattie
I'm.
had her share of paranormal adventures and encounters with dreadful beasts from the entity's world, strange creatures. And actually, we can see on her body all sort of scratch and marks.
I think this is also gonna be
Of course,
another thick survivor.
3 unique perks added to the roster of abilities that the
I'm saying that
survivor
because
are able
in
to
the
quickly
chat.
use. These are themed around paranormal insight, proficiency with occult items, and her own temerity. And finally, let's talk about the map. So this time around, we're really excited to introduce a new realm for this chapter. So really, we are going back to the roots of horror, to a classic, something that we see numerous times into different horror novels, movies, and other horror material. And this is a small American town. So we wanted to make sure that we created something domestic, something
Why not a
familiar.
European town or
So
maybe
for the dredge
an
map
Asian
called
town?
the Garden of Joy, we are featuring one of the house of the perfect town that we talked about earlier. This house looks perfect from the outside. It is like a ghost sitting in the middle of a gloomy forest created by the entity. And when you go inside that house, you'll see how twisted and wrong it is, just like the residents that are hiding all of this darkness and secrets. What's really cool about this new realm is that in the future, we will be able to explore it again, but in other contexts than in the dredge perfect town. So this
I'm a bit
realm
concerned about
built
this map.
from different memories.
Because how
from
balanced
different
it'll be.
characters. So we'll be able to explore different cities wrapped inside that same realm.
Ooh.
All right, that was the whole content of our newest chapter, Roots Dread. I hope you
I
are
really wish
as
they
excited as
showed
us
some
to
gameplay.
try this new content. You'll be able to do so right after this event as we go live on the PTB.
Look at the store.
chapter will become available
Wow.
for all on June 7th. So thank you again for listening today.
Interesting, let's see how this is executed. I don't really have much hope for the Vigilance. I think he's going to be a bit problematic.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Dr. Italo Brown, emergency physician, and this is Dead by Daylight.
Okay. Okay, that was interesting, and yeah. Bye guys, I'll upload this, bye.